Hi, this is JC Pohl with Teen Truth on the Road. I'm sitting here with a good friend of mine, Mr. Vance Morris. He's the principal at Burke Burnett High School. I've known him for many years. He was actually the principal at Archer City High School as well, which is significantly smaller than Burke Burnett. And one of the things that we were talking about at dinner last night was the challenge of building school culture. So I just thought that it might be interesting for Vance to share with you. You know, Vance, you came from a very small school,
Yes.
where you could be very hands-on. You knew all the kids. You had relationships with all of them. Now you're moving to a school of 900 to 1,000 kids. Talk to me about some of the challenges and some of the strategies that you're using to continue to develop these relationships with the kids.
Well, I'm sure I'm not alone in this endeavor with principals across the state that going from a smaller school to a bigger school and trying to get to know all of them and have a personal relationship with all of them, because that's where the rubber meets the road on trying to help kids out.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried to do that at lunch, at the hallways, whenever I can, but with 900 kids and 91 staff members, it's a challenge. So I wanted to bring in J.C. Pohl. I knew what he did for me in Archer City, and I knew that he could bring in with Teen Truth the program to get our message out that we want to be here for kids, to have an open door, to have their student voice heard. And that gives us a springboard when he came to do the assemblies today by all classes to get our message out that we are available, that we want to help those students, and that the door's open.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's an honor to be here working with you again, and that you see Teen Truth as a resource for that. But what I'm really hearing you say is that it's like almost like marketing. You're marketing this message out there, like, hey, we want to have a great campus. We want you to feel welcome. We want you to know that you're loved. So a program like Teen Truth or other programs I'm sure you used are used to kind of like smoke these kids out and push them toward you, that if you have problems, come. We want you to come talk to us.
It's not too long ago that we were teenagers,
Yeah.
and we understand that it's tough sometimes to take off that mask and to let people know, hey, I'm dealing with some issues. I'm almost 50. I've still got issues.
Yeah,
and
we all wear that mask sometimes.
And but as teenagers, man, it's so difficult, and to let them know that we've been in their shoes before, and that we know what they're going through, and that we have help. We have counselors, we have principals, we have other teachers that understand that and that can go to them and be a sounding board for them and give them good, solid advice as they go through their teenage years.
Yeah, I mean, I like to call it charismatic adults. I mean, we need school culture to go far and wide. And while you may be a charismatic adult for someone, maybe it's the science teacher or the math teacher, or even today after the assembly, you know, that lady that was in the after the freshman assembly,
yes.
she was one of the cafeteria workers.
Stuck around.
And she was in there like full on talking to the kids and saying like, hey, if you need help, I'll talk to you. I serve pizza every day. Come over and get a pizza. We'll sit down and talk.
A positive word.
Yeah, and so those charismatic adults that can just say, hey, I've been there before and I'm willing to help you through this are pretty powerful. Yeah. All right, well, it was an honor to be here working with you again, and we always have fun working with the students. So, you know, maybe just kind of give that some food for thought. If you're an administrator or you're moving up to a bigger school or, you know, working with more kids, how you can drive your school culture farther and wider and still drive those relationships that maybe in the past you could facilitate all by yourself. And now in the present, you need to kind of use your team to facilitate those relationships out on campus. If you need to, I'm happy to connect you with Vance here at Burke Burnett, or of course you can find us at you can find us at teentruth.net or out on social media. Thanks so much for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video.
Thank you.